Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Love Queendom. This is a space of love and joy and peace and abundance and all the good things. And here at the Love Queendom, we talk about emotional healing, spiritual ascension, manifestation, how to create your own reality, and really how to step into your spiritual sovereignty. And today, I want to give a spiritual perspective on why many people fear getting older and what you can do about it if you are someone who is struggling with this fear, okay? So I actually just turned 32 this year, 2022. And, I had a big party to celebrate my birthday. And I had a big party because 32 isn't really a special year, But when I turned 30, it was literally like the height of the pandemic and everything was closed. I was also in a really low place in my life at that time, which, looking back now, it was really just a sort of a transitionary period. And anytime actually you're going through low phases in your life, truthfully speaking, those periods are meant for you to clear out energy that is not in alignment with your highest timeline. But a lot of people actually end up getting stuck in the discouragements that they feel in those transitionary periods, but that's a story for another day. So the point is, I turned 30 in a not very good time on earth and a not very good time for myself personally. So I wasn't really able to celebrate that milestone in a really, great way. And so when I turned 32, it was a year for me of really overcoming a lot of things, I had gone through so much from when I turned 30 to when I turned 32 that I felt like this is a year I really want to celebrate myself. So I had a big party, and as I was planning the party, my girlfriend who was helping me, on my invitation, I wanted to put that I was inviting people to my 32nd birthday party. And she was like, "Oh, you really want to put 32? And I'm like, yeah. Is there something wrong with turning 32? But I realized that friend, along with many other people, have fears and hesitations about getting older. And, the reason why a lot of people have this fear is because as you grow in age, there are expectations about what you're supposed to be doing with your life and where you should be, right? So I feel like for many people, as they reach those age milestones, if they're not reaching the life milestones that they feel, societally expectation-wise, that they're not meeting those milestones, it makes them feel uncomfortable with the fact that they're getting older, right? And this also ties into being in the ego reality, because the ego reality is a reality of it's the reality of achievement. So you always have to sort of be chasing the next thing in the ego reality, because it's not a self-sustaining energy. So it always needs the next high, the next high, the next high. And those highs come from getting and achieving things outside of yourself, really, in order to make yourself feel good, in order to keep the ego in a state of, feeling good, basically. And because the reality that we're living in right now on Earth, the ego reality, things are getting harder and harder and harder for people. So it is getting harder for people to reach those milestones, and so they fear getting older. Another thing is that in the ego reality, everything is about appearances and how you look. So youth and beauty are the hallmarks, really, that are valued so much in the ego reality. So that feeling that you are not as attractive, that you are not as beautiful, that you are not as handsome, and then therefore you are not as valuable, is a real feeling that makes people uncomfortable with getting older. Whereas when you pull out of the ego reality and you move into the reality that is based on love, which is a self-sustaining energy, and you are spiritually sovereign, you're not chasing achievements anymore. You're not chasing achievements. You're not looking for the next high because you're already in a state where you're constantly in a good energy. You're constantly feeling good within yourself. And there's nothing outside of you that you need in order to get that feeling. So at that point, you are also operating from a place of true purpose, okay? Because you're in alignment with your heart when you move into the love reality, okay? And when you're operating from that different type of energy, not only will you feel grateful and proud for every additional year that you get to mark that milestone on earth, but you will just feel so good. You will feel proud of yourself because you're operating from, who you really are meant to be, and you're doing what you're really meant to be doing. And also, when you're operating from a place of sovereignty where you know how to create your own reality, you know actually how to generate the experiences that you want to have in your reality, you're not afraid and you're not worried about anything because you know that all the good things that you desire for yourself are coming for you. And you're okay with where you're at because, again, you are in a self-sustaining energy regardless. So you don't even need those experiences to come in order for you to feel good. So this is really kind of the spiritual explanation as to why many people fear getting older, okay? It is based on the reality that you're living in and the energy that you're operating from, okay? So if you are operating from the egoic energy, you're living in the ego reality, just know that it is not a self-sustaining energy, and it is a reality of appearances and facades and achievement and getting and controlling, okay? And so as you become older in that reality, you become less valuable. And if you are also not achieving what you're expected to achieve based on what, the rulers in that reality have deemed appropriate, this begins to make you feel bad about yourself. Whereas if you're living in the love reality, like I said, you're in a self-sustaining energy, so you feel good about yourself all the time. You are aligned with your heart, so you are aligned with your purpose. And that allows you to age gracefully and to age gratefully as well, because you are so happy for every additional year that you get to spend on this planet. And you feel secure within yourself because you know who you are. And you don't need anything outside of you to validate you and make you feel good about yourself. And when you're operating from a place of security, you also are not trying to impress anyone or compete with anyone, If you're still single, for example, as you're getting older, you're not feeling as though because I'm older, I'm less valuable in the dating market, and I'm competing against younger people. No. I know who I am. I know what value that I bring to the table. I know that my beauty is unique and I feel good within myself about that. I'm secure within that knowing. And being in that energy not only allows you to feel good about yourself, but it also attracts good things to you. So I hope that explanation makes sense. And if you are someone that is struggling to overcome your fear of aging, more than likely it is because you are still operating from this egoic energy, and you need to drop down into your heart and shift yourself into the love-based reality. And in order for you to do that, I recommend that you fill your mind with positive affirmations and fill your mind with love, okay? You need to fill yourself with the energy of love, which is a self-sustaining energy. You can do that by listening to affirmations, self-love affirmations while you sleep, showering yourself with love every day, and really just moving yourself into that energy, into that energy, into that energy, so you no longer feel, okay? Because reality is based on feeling. You no longer feel like these external things and expectations are affecting you. And because you no longer feel it, it no longer becomes a part of your reality. And all of a sudden, you wake up and you just feel good within yourself, and you feel happy and you feel grateful, and you're not worried about each year that you are increasing in age on this planet. So I hope that you guys found this video helpful. Thank you so much, as always, for listening, and I will see you in the next episode.